talking with Isat Bushanan, human rights and criminal lawyer. He himself was convicted years ago in prison. Now he's helping people to come out of prison. We talk more with Isat right now. Isat,
yes,
you would have had your personal experiences with the prison system.
Yes.
In Jamaica and overseas.
Correct.
Help me to understand your early years, what happened, and how this has fueled you to ensure that the ordinary man can get his freedom and can get justice.
All right, so I will start by saying for the early years that there is a perception in our culture and places around the world. There's an urgency to make young people become adults. As soon as you're 16, if you're tall, you turn man.
Wow.
Whether you have the mental aptitude for it, you're grown, and society pressures you and treats you as such.
Wow.
For those of us who are not participating in that fast lane trajectory of what it is or the concept of being a man,
Yeah.
it doesn't change the perception of even law enforcement. So a 16-year-old is a child. A 17-year-old is a child. 18-year-old is a teenager. That's why it's still 18, 19, notwithstanding being an adult.
Right.
When I was 17, I found myself in trouble with the law. And I'm saying found myself in trouble with the law because I was young, going to the United States, thought what I had was money, and I was stopped by a police officer, taken into a room, searched. 6 hours later, what I knew was money was said to be drugs. I told the court who gave it to me, where they lived.
So it was, so it was given to you by someone.
Yes.
To take overseas.
Correct. And judge didn't want to hear it. From there, I had an attorney who, I don't think he was a very good attorney, but Bert Samuels intervened. And if not for Bert Samuels, situation would have been much worse.
It could have been a George.
I could have been, might, never know.
Yeah,
but what was important is, after that experience, I went to the United Theological College of the West Indies. Said I'm going to be a pastor. Then I discovered that that probably wasn't what I wanted to do, and I changed to philosophy. But on the same weekend, 3 years later, I find myself in the United States. I'm detained because I am said to be a kingpin, a big drug dealer. And at the end of the indictment, I just know that I was convicted for conspiring with myself and was given a 10-year sentence because a police officer in this jurisdiction was given a green card to come to America to say what happened in my juvenile case. So they never had those records, and I was sentenced. My time was doubled because of that. And while in jail, that's the first time I discovered that I was not black, but a nigger.
Wow.
It's the first time I started to see there were differences in societies and levels of human beings.
Wow. How old were you?
20.
Wow.
I was just 20.
Describe those moments in prison. What was it like for you as a young man? What were you thinking?
Wow. I'll start by saying that I communicate with God. I communicate with God completely disconnected from how the Christians do it and how they say you're supposed to do it. I said, God, what is it that I need to learn and what is it that I need to do. It had to be something, because it made no sense to me.
What did you start to learn?
I went to the law books immediately, because I learned one thing. My attorney who represented me, he was white, didn't care. I fought my appeal until the day I came home. And before that, I was able to assist other persons, and they were getting remedies from the court, but I wasn't getting it. But I knew it was for a purpose.